Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Visual Communication in the Media. It's so nice to meet everybody. So, welcome, everyone. Oh, sorry about my hair. It's kind of all over the place. My name is Adam Rozeski. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of y'all. Welcome to Winter 2022, Term 2. So, last 6 weeks of the course, or last technically 5.5 weeks of the course, you're with me. So, a lot of good things going on. We have some really great stuff happening, and I'm really excited to have y'all here for this course. So, a lot of people tend to think visual communication is just like, oh, well, I could see things, I communicate, right? Because I can take a look at visuals and I just communicating just by seeing. But the funny thing about it is, visual communication. There's so many more things about it, and a lot of times people just think it's just they're showing me a message and this is what I see right off the bat, but that's not the case. A lot of times there's visuals that are placed on an image or how somebody's signaling to you or different body language signs. There's so many more messages that are being sent to you that you don't even realize right off the bat that's kind of happening and are convincing you or trying to deter your brain or work on triggering a specific response from you. For example, like something that's persuasive, something that might be ethical, something that might be visual that kind of triggers your memories or something to convince you to do this. There's a lot of different ways visuals are built. And this is what we're really going to focus on a lot of times. And I'm going to show you a lot of great things and help you out. And it's going to go really great. So I'm really excited to have y'all here. Welcome, one and all. And let's get started pretty much. So, yeah, a little bit about me. Just to give you guys a heads up. I'll kind of go through it in detail, but I started a bunch of odd jobs after I got my associate's degree from Penn State Mechanical Engineering. I tried to go for hockey as a goaltender, but couldn't get past Division 1A, so yay. That's you kind of realize you know this is not for you. But after that, I worked for Continental on the ground teams a lot of times. Did a lot, bounced around through like HR and did some work actually like supervising ground teams. So that was a lot of fun. Kind of got some leadership built from there. But I was a really big gamer. Always have been since I grew up. Dad kind of introduced me to it when he was playing Nintendo Zelda. Big fan of RPGs. And so over time, I became a pretty big gamer, and I started like competing in video games, like Gran Turismo, like on the PlayStation for Gran Turismo 2, and then also Gran Turismo 3 on PS2. Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 1, and I'm not talking about the one from DICE and EA. I'm talking about the one from original LucasArts Studio, back when they were like really pumping out good Star Wars games. And a bunch of multiple MMOs like World of Warcraft, Aeon, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars: The Old Republic. There's so many of them I competed in. It was just a lot. But eventually, over time, I got really good at it. But I wanted to like build games and actually like work on them in some aspect of my career because I really loved that. So eventually, I went to Full Sail, got my bachelor's in entertainment business and my master's degree in project management and game design. So also got a bunch of certifications like my Scrum Master license and my PMP certified this year, actually a little bit later. Actually last year. It was like 2019. Yeah, no, 2020. Yeah, I was like right at the end of 2020 I recertified for all my stuff. So yep. Trained in Scrum Master, trained in Sigma 6, Lean, all different like product methodologies and user experience design techniques. Done a lot of that. But after that, I worked for a lot of different companies. Started with GP Games, just with some small games, like through school, starting with like a game called Dinocalypse. Then went to Activision, did a little stuff on Hearthstone and Call of Duty, just on some QA work. Moved to EA, bounced around LA, like Battlefield, and then worked on The Sims for a little bit. Then went up to Vancouver, FIFA, Dragon Age, and was else up there? NHL. Really liked NHL. Big hockey fan. And then went to EA and just Tiburon mostly, Madden, Tiger Woods, NCAA. Also did a couple other things on some other projects throughout, like UFC. Worked on those ones. But moved to Universal for a little bit. It's kind of got some leadership training and some management training over at Universal while still doing some consultant work and teaching with Rasmussen. And now I am a technical project manager for Wason. We do mobile and other types of games. I'm actually releasing my project out here at the end of next month. I'll let everybody know once it goes live. So if you have a VR set, you can definitely check it out. So it'll be really cool. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Just a lot of video games. I think I'm working on like 40 over my career. Actually, it's probably updated now since joining Wason. So probably like 50. it's going up, man. But yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. very easy to get along with. I have some expectations, though, a lot of big things. I'll explain them to you later. That's pretty much it. So, cool. So yeah, there's 3 different types of assignments. There's discussions. You tend to get discussions always on Tuesday. Initial post will always be due on Tuesday. Reply post will be on Saturday, except for week 1. Week 1, everything's going to be due on Saturday. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just let me know about that, and it'll be good. So because we don't have Tuesday this first week, so just make sure you have your initial post and your reply post turned in on Tuesday. We'll go over your assignments on Thursday when we have lecture. I always go over assignments on lecture because I just find that it's a little harder to teach online just to show everybody what I want. So I would like to show them, in person. So that's why I always do it in lecture. So you have that available to you for that resource. So that's be good. Yeah, and another thing about these announcements that I do, I always do 2 announcements and then the lecture. So you should see me like 3 times a week. Just keep in mind there's always something different in every announcement and lecture. So please don't miss any of these because there's always some information that you're going to need down the road for your assignments. So really crucial aspects. So keep that in mind. But yeah, other than that, your discussions are always going to be on Tuesday and Saturday, except for week 1. Week 1 will be Saturday for your initial post, and then it'll go back to Tuesday. But all reply posts are due on Saturday, except for the final week. That's going to be on Friday, which is March 19th, 2022. Now you have written assignments as well. They're always going to be due on Sunday. The final day will be March 19th, 2022 as always. So except for Friday, that week 6. That's going to be there. And then finally, you have your course project, which is going to be modules 4 and 5. They're pretty big. We'll get more into them. I'll start explaining it, but we'll get more into them once we get closer to those timelines. So that'll be crucial. But they're always going to be due on Sundays no matter what. All right, cool. So we also have live lectures. So live lectures are always going to be on Tuesday, every single week from 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, except for Thursday, which is week 1. So except for the first week's going to be on Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be on Thursday, and it'll be at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll have the lecture link posted for you. I'll show you where it's at. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And also where to find all these links too. I'll show you where everything's at. So that way everything's good. Just on a quick thing. But yeah, they're always going to be on Tuesday except for week 1 on Thursday. The actual lecture link in the announcements, it should be in the announcements and also on the lecture assignment. But if you can't make it to my lecture, that's okay. I know everybody has a ton of jobs. I mean, I have 2 jobs, also a baby on the way, surprisingly, in 1 week. Is actually the due date on the 16th. So I will let you know if I run into any issues this first week or 2, and there might be some changes in the lectures. I think everything should be fine. I'm just crossing my fingers, but I will let you know if there's any changes, I promise. So yeah, 16th, I'm having my son. So with my beautiful fiance and my stepdaughter, we're all very excited. So if I go kind of a little MIA on like Wednesday and Thursday, I apologize for that. Baby, that's the thing. So yeah, that's the thing coming up. Give you a heads up about that. I'll also reiterate that in the lectures too. But yes, I kind of digress. If you do miss a lecture, if you have things going on, I got things going on. I get it. I understand. It's cool. I always put a recording the day after, like in the morning, right after the lecture. So if I do a lecture on Tuesday, you should see it in the announcements on Wednesday and also in the lecture recording for each week. This is going to help you out. Please watch the lectures fully. And please complete the live lecture assignment. I will show you how to record your attendance for week 1, how to do it each week in week 1. So however I tell you to do it in week 1, you're just going to do that for each lecture afterwards. So if you have any questions, concerns about that, or have any questions about how to do the live lectures, because you need to do these each week because I don't take late points on these. These are tied to your attendance. So if you miss one, you miss the whole week's attendance. So that's a 0. So just make sure you turn these in every Sunday before the next week because they're pass or fail pretty much. So if you complete it before Sunday or Sunday midnight, you did good. If you didn't, it's going to be a 0. So make sure you do these because they're tied to your attendance. This is really huge. But other than that, that's pretty much, I'll show you how to record those and really get into completing those assignments on Thursday during lecture. So you have that in front of you. Sweet. Now for your course project, we're going to do a big course project. It's like a 6-page paper with, it's like a thesis technically. It's like a beginning intro for a thesis. So We're just going to do a quick analysis with a 6-page paper, so 8 pages total with the cover page and the reference page for APA formatting. So all we're going to do is really build like a thesis on visual communication, on how we're going to analyze visual communication using a website that you use frequently. So you're going to choose like a business professional website like Apple, or what other things you can do, like Google's website, or just specific websites like Victoria. You can do a lot of different methods like, ESPN.com, whatever fun websites you do. I would recommend not using social media websites or like service engines. Like, for example, if Google, YouTube, Facebook, just stay away from there. They're kind of their own thing. They're not really websites anymore. They're like engines and like back-end services a lot more now. So I would recommend just like doing like websites, just say for, like Microsoft computers or something. Those are websites. And you're going to analyze the website and all the pages and try to find visuals that trigger sensory responses, perceptual responses, technical, emotional, and ethical. We'll cover all these responses during lecture, and we need to consider the effects that these visuals have on the website for its viewers. And that's what we're going to be trying to analyze. Well, I'll get you prepared for each one before we get there, so don't feel like you're scared, like, oh my gosh, 6-page paper, it's a lot. Don't worry, I'm going to set you up. First week during the course project, we'll do an outline, kind of set up every topic, sentence, and examples, and then we just fill in the rest for the paper for week 5. So don't worry, I'll get you working on it step by step. It'll be fine, I promise. So I'm actually really excited about it. I always like reading them, so it's good stuff. So yeah, pretty much just some class expectations I have. Late assignments, if you are late one day, it's going to be 10%. If you make it to 7 days, it will be a 0. Big thing is just be courteous and respectful in your discussion post, but be thorough. Don't please give me like 1 to 2 sentences and like, I liked what he did there. That was good stuff. Don't say sentences like that. I like at least 2 to 3 paragraphs per discussion post in your reply post. The more detail you give with your feedback, the more you're helping out your classmates and actually like adding to the conversation. So please be thorough on your discussions. But other than that, the only other things that I just kind of ask for is like really, I'm very thorough with my feedback, and because I want to make sure that you understand a lot of times, and I'll point it out and I'll show you where everything's at. So if I'm very direct, it's just because I really want you to learn from everything and be straightforward. So I just, in the game industry, we're very blunt when we try to fix things, and we just try to, point out the problems as best we can. So don't feel like if I'm being like hard on you or anything. I'm just very straightforward. I'm pretty much everybody passes and goes through as long as you do the work. That's really the big thing. The more effort you put into it, the more I'm going to give you points for it. That's the thing. So just make sure you watch your times and be thorough, and I'll help you out get through this, no problems. But let's get over, don't worry about your week assignments. We'll talk about that during the lecture, but let's go ahead and find where everything's going to be located at so you kind of know where everything's at to begin with. Sweet. All right, so everything's listed right here. That's not correct. That's right. There we go. Wrong class. So that's character modeling, different class. So everything's going to be listed right here. All my rubrics are always going to be posted right here on the announcements. So if you have any questions about how I'm going to be taking points off, they're going to be located right here, or how I'm going to be like grading your assignments. They're always going to be there no matter what. You can always send me a message in course messages. You're allowed to do that there. Please keep in mind, I'd rather you, I look at that more than I do my cell phone, so please don't just constantly text me, only just for emergencies. That's really the big thing for that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You got your discussions here. I posted a quick little introduction of myself in the course chat. I'd like you guys to do the same thing. I'd like everyone to do the same thing too, so that way I get to know about you a little bit more. But that's pretty much it. You can find your announcements right here. All your due dates are located on your calendar as well, so you can just check and see where every due dates are for all your assignments. They're located here. And that's pretty much it. So that's all I got. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Welcome again. I'm really excited to have you all here. We get to talk a lot about visuals. I'm going to have a lot of video game and movie examples. So I'm a big nerd myself, as you can see from behind me, all the Transformers and Star Wars Legos. But I'm really excited to have you all here, and I'm really excited to really start this course. Again, welcome, and let's have a lot of fun. So be safe, have fun, enjoy, and I'll see everybody for lecture on Thursday. Have a good one, guys.